And we're live. Welcome, everybody. This is the Reality Czars podcast, and I'm your only host tonight, Nate. I think Tony's working right now, and I am honored to be joined by Ruell Black. Brother, thank you so much for joining me tonight. We met on Rockfin. You've been talking a little bit on there, and then I was like, man, come on the show. So I'm excited to have you, and why don't you tell our audience, this is the first time you've been on, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and where they can find you?
Sure. You guys can find me on my YouTube at www.darkhorsewatcher.com, which is right above my head here. And you can also find me on Rockfin at Black Rue.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, let's hear about it, man. I want to hear your story. You were telling me a little bit before we started recording, and where do you want to start?
Well, man, I've been doing like crypto investing for like 3 to 4 years. And luckily I've been on Benzinga. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they're a Detroit-based stock company that does stock news for like TD Ameritrade, Webull, amongst others. And I also do a show on Gentlemen of Crypto. So I do 2 YouTube shows on there. But I kept finding that the crypto kept like interacting with like the occult and hidden knowledge stuff. So I was like, okay, let me try to get a Rockfin. And they were lucky enough to accept me. And now I have the Rockfin now too. So I talk more occult and hidden stuff on there.
Heck yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, I'm curious about like, where do you find the connections between that? Like, I'm thinking about it and like, yeah, the occult connections to crypto. That's fascinating. Yeah, tell me what you have seen.
Well, there's CBDCs, which a lot of people confuse with just crypto itself. That gets real heavy. And then the World Economic Forum, they're real heavy into like crypto. And then there's stuff like the metaverse that gets real heavy into the cult. And if you just look at a couple of crypto logos, some do have the 666s, some do have the 6-pointed stars, where we can get into the 6-pointed stars and get into the Caesarians and all of that jazz. But all of that just seemed to like conflate to me. And I'm like, okay, I can't say certain stuff on YouTube, so I need to go get a Rockfin.
That's true, man. Well, I mean, I'm retarded and I just say it on YouTube. And and hey, we're on YouTube right now, so let's get a strike. It'll be on my channel, so don't worry.
Man, I got to straddle the line because I have the crypto shows, but then like when I get to so much other stuff like, okay, CBDCs, and they're talking about CBDCs are going to expire, and that CBDCs might be connected to climate change, and that CBDCs might be connected.
That's the biggest racket, man.
Yeah, the biggest racket. When like you can cloud seed and all of this other stuff, like, and chemtrails. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like all of it connects. Because you look at that climate change racket, and it's like, okay, well, we know chemtrails are out here. We know that people can cloud seed. So how do I break this down to my subscribers? Okay, I can tell them to invest in the cryptos because that's what the World Economic Forum is saying. But I can go over on Rockfin and say, hey, we know about cloud seeding and chemtrails, but hey, these are good things to invest in.
That's fascinating, man. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, is there an ethical quandary when it comes to like cashing in on like because we know there's going to be some big money and some of this green boondoggle bullshit. Capitalize on that and like put some money towards it. Like I know like the carbon credits is the biggest fucking scam in the entire world. But I know a guy. I don't even understand what the fuck he's doing, to be honest with you. He's making activated charcoal. Do you know what the fuck I'm talking about? Like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. He's making activated charcoal, and you can sell it by like the goo gob per ounce or this activated. So he's like basically burning fucking wood and making charcoal. But he gets carbon credits, because he's like removing carbon from the atmosphere. So he gets paid. So all he does is fucking like burn wood, scoop it up, sell it for a fuck ton of money, and then he gets carbon credits on top of it. So he gets paid double.
Are you kidding me?
He's raking in fucking dough, dude.
My understanding of burnt charcoal is that it's basically C60. And
isn't that supposed to be bad for you? Like, isn't that supposed to be bad for the environment, me just burning shit? Isn't that producing global warming or something? There's a
whole bunch of people that say, okay, like I was just listening to Crow 777. Have you listened to
I love that show.
So he was saying that, like, okay, he was selling C60, but he was having problems with it because there's a natural way to do it and there's a synthetic way to do it, and the natural way is better for you. So I'm not so sure. I'm not a chemist. I'm just a computer engineer. But hey, if dude's getting paid double plus to do the little carbon credit thing, that's pretty crazy. But
it's pretty crazy, dude. And like, as far as I know, the carbon credit shit was like completely made up by like Al Gore and his dumbass friend, and they just like made billions, dude. They made their own money. What the fuck is a carbon credit? Like, they basically, essentially, that was the first crypto. It's just not on a blockchain. You know what I mean? They just like, this is money now.
Now they rolled it out for like companies, and companies like Tesla get paid a lot for like selling those credits to other companies. But if they actually
what the fuck are they? You know what I mean? That's the bullshit about it. It's like, what the fuck is it? So I'm going to buy a carbon credit from you. I'm going to give you fucking my monopoly bullshit fiat currency for this. What the fuck is it? And this has some inherent value because Al Gore says so, or the World Economic Forum, and they're all just going to. That tells you that money is just bullshit.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if they can just pretend, we're just pretending this has value now.
100%.
Okay.
100%. And on my show on Benzinga, I'm sure I probably got almost in trouble for it. I was like, no, this can't be for the regular customer or the regular like citizen. Because imagine if you go on a trip, right? And then, okay, you come back home and then you're riding your car and all of a sudden your car stops, not because it's out of gas, but because you don't have enough carbon credits, right? So it's like, I very much vehemently hope that never gets rolled out to citizens, but with the CBDCs,
it's kind of, dude. The CBDCs are definitely going to get rolled out to us idiots. And you said something about them expiring. That's fascinating because I've heard them discussing that. So for everybody listening that doesn't know what the fuck we're saying, we're just saying numbers and letters and shit. A CBDC is a central bank digital currency. So it's basically crypto, but not really. And it's basically fiat currency that they put into the ether by tapping keyboards. So it's fake money. I mean, that's kind of what crypto is, except that you kind of have to pretend to mine something and then it exists. Like, it's all bullshit.
Man, you cracking me up, bro. So CBDCs, that was perfect. That was perfect. So like the existing thing that we use is this thing called Swift. And Swift takes forever. And a simple explanation would be like, okay,
it's got to have a different name, dude. It's not fucking Swift.
It's not very Swift. It's sloth. That's what it really is. So imagine like how you buy a house, right? So you got to wait for your bank to clear. You got to wait for whoever you bought the house's bank to clear. Like all that stuff takes a long time. But in comes crypto and you have the blockchain. And the blockchain just basically reaches easy consensus. Instead of like a whole bunch of bankers checking paperwork, the computers now do it. That's basically it. And they can verify that it works or that it's approved, right? So now enter the blockchain and putting that into clearing money. Now, if they can clear money easier, now they can have more transactions. So hence CBDCs. Okay, now if you can make that programmable and you say, okay, Nate just went on a trip, so now he's out of carbon credits. Now his money no longer works because we say it doesn't work because he spent too much carbon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's going to be an additional fake thing that you have to be able to do anything. So
100%. Exactly. So I get really torn about it, and you have some different people, crypto people, talking about it and saying, "Hey, we don't like this," but I'm always
so what are
torn.
you going to fucking do about it, bitch? We all got to fucking get up and be like, "No, fuck you. Fuck your carbon credit. Stick it up your ass." That's what we need to do. We need to say, "No, eat my asshole. You're going to turn off my car, you're going to turn off all our cars." Then
You know
who's
what?
going to show up to work at your fucking slave factory? Go fuck yourself. We gotta go hard.
Oh, you cracking me up, dude. I mean, I wish that other people would have that type of feeling about it, but I
And
think
some
people
asshole is
are
gonna be like, "I want some carbon credits. All I have to do is buy some more bugs, and I get 2 more carbon credits."
right. A lot of people are really going to think, because people really trust the government, right? They're going to be like, "Oh, this is better for the environment. We're
They're such
saving
cunts, dude. They get
trees."
everything they deserve. Fuck them, those fucking idiots.
It's true, but a lot of people are going to be like that. They're going to be like, "Oh, yes, it's totally okay. We're going to save trees," and I get really torn about that.
A lot of
Because
people watch Grey's Anatomy too. They're fucking idiots. I've never watched that show. Maybe it's great. Sorry.
I get really torn because it's like, okay, these cryptos that are going to pull in the whole CBDC thing are going to be valuable in the future. So, like, okay, I can invest in them, but at the same time, I also try to tell people, hey, also try to own Bitcoin, try to own, other
Can
things.
you own and purchase CBDCs right now? You can, right?
Well, you can purchase cryptos that will be involved with the CBDCs.
Okay. That's interesting. I thought that there was like portfolios right now, like Wells Fargo has some CBDCs, kind of bullshit like that. But I don't know. They're not usable yet, right? Like it's all kind of theoretical right now, or
they're testing it right now.
Yeah.
And a bunch of different central banks, like Central Bank of Brazil, Central Bank of Britain, of course, Central Bank of
It's always
Swiss,
England's fault.
Right. Swiss Central Bank, they're testing them. And there's this crypto.
How hard did you get when the Queen died? That's like my test to see if you're a good person or not. Like
yeah.
Full salute. All right.
I mean, there's some stuff that her and her husband may or may have not done in Canada to Indigenous people. So, I mean, there's that. So, yeah, I mean,
I get you off topic. Sorry.
No, that's okay. But yeah, there's like, if you guys are crypto curious, you can come over my channel and look at it. But there's one crypto called Cyperium.
It sounds kind of sexy.
It does.
Curious, yeah.
Right. Right. Gotta advertise, boy. So if you guys like, if you're crypto curious, Cyperium, they're one of the ones that the Fed is using to kind of transact these CBDCs. There are a couple different ones, but they're one of the main ones. Algorand's another one. XRP is another one. But yeah, guys, I have all these videos on the channel. You can definitely come over and check those out.
I think that I don't even know what the fuck I have, to be honest with you. I did have some Ethereum, and then I'm pretty sure I lost the key, my fucking password, so I don't think I have that anymore, which is really stupid. It wasn't much. It was under $1,000, but that still would have been nice. And then I think I have some Bitcoin, but it's like through whatever, like what's the real
Coinbase.
gay one? Yeah, it's like a Coinbase thing. It's like my buddy, like if I fucking put in $100, they were gonna give me like 20 or something. So I did it, and so I don't know how to access it. I think I still have it, and it's still sitting there. And then I have SolC. I think maybe SolC is because I was thinking about doing NFTs. I think I have like I don't know, like Soul Flare or something like that, or something. I might be tripping,
Solana.
or Yeah, it
Solana.
might be. It's some fucking coin that I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. I have no idea what it's doing, or if it's. I think I might have a little Phantom.
Okay. So Phantom, they're connected with the World Trade.
Are they evil? Are there CBDCs? Are they?
No, they're not about CBDCs, but they are about the World Health Organization, and we know about those guys.
Man, fuck that. It always has to be. See, that to me, that's the thing. Is like everybody wants to have this, like, because the idea was fucking beautiful. I liked the idea that holy shit, this is going to empower the people. We are going to be able to make our own currency. We're going to be able to say fuck the Federal Reserve. You can stick our dick up, like whatever, something terrible up your ass. Fuck off. We're going to make our own money. We don't need your bullshit anymore. And then that didn't fucking happen, and they got quickly co-opted, and then it was like Bitcoin and then Bitcoin Cash, and they had that fucking break, and then what the fuck is this going to be used for? And then people also think that you can be anonymous with crypto, but like I don't think that's actually even possible, because like isn't that the whole fucking point of a blockchain? Like everybody can see every transaction ever. And
Nate, you know your stuff, dude. You know your stuff. You can be anonymous with blockchain, but they're trying to get rid of those. They're called privacy coins. The main one is Monero, and they've had a target on their back for a long time. But there are a couple other ones called like a Haven, Pirate Chain, and those are completely private. They don't leave. Just like Nate said, with Bitcoin, you have a ledger, so it's not private. You're attached to whatever address you have. But with these privacy coins, there's none of that. So they're trying to get.
You got to find some place that'll let you pay with that shit.
Yep.
That they're not a fucking Fed, because the dark web, whatever you want to fucking call that, that's full of Feds. Like anything, you think the police don't know that you bought like a fucking Kalashnikov with your Bitcoin? Like you're an idiot if you think so. Like they have fucking receipts, and if they want to get you, they can fucking snap their fingers.
Oh yeah, especially with Bitcoin. If you want to go the privacy route, you want to go Monero or a couple other privacy tokens.
But okay, to be completely honest with you, I mean, as far as I know, you're not allowed to have any kinds of backdoors, like in anything. So like even in our little like slave machine fucking right here, if I fucking do a transaction with this fucking piece of shit, isn't there going to be a record of it, even if I'm using like Monero or something? Or
that's the thing. So it's like, how do you safely
you can't
onboard yourself?
It's completely horseshit. There's no such thing as end-to-end encryption, because you're using this. Right. This doesn't allow you to have end-to-end encryption. I don't know. Maybe I'm black-pilled on it or something, or I don't think. I think if they want to, if you're important enough, they can look at any fucking thing you do.
Right, 100%. But these are all the topics where it's like all this spillover. Like one I went to like bullish and bearish. They use those terms in the stock market a lot. All of those things relate to like the bull gods and like the bear gods. All of it. And then you see outside of the stock market, there's a golden bull. I mean, come on, golden calf. Anybody who's read the Bible knows the golden calf is something. Nah. So,
yeah, man, they're always sticking that kind of shit in everything. Yeah, it's fascinating. Yeah, they can't help it. They're like, and they're fucking stupid. They fucking can't, and I don't even get I don't understand the fucking point, unless they're actually getting some sort of like mystical fucking power. Like, do they feel like they're getting some vibrational energies and shit by putting these like totems up? Like, if they're not getting that, then like they're just leaving calling cards everywhere. And
that's what I want. That's what I like. As I got deeper into stuff, like listening to your show, Ron's show, Wicked Planet, and
love Wicked Planet. Shout out to Ron.
Listening to One on One. Love One show. Who else?
Juan's the best, man. Juan Cho is getting so fucking good lately. He's blowing my fucking mind. Like when he was like explaining how an architect is a magician, and then he was just like laying shit down. I was like, holy fuck, you're right. Like, it's blowing my fucking mind. So major shout out to Juan.
And when I got into your show, it's pretty funny. You love this. I was listening to you at work on Google Podcasts, right? And of course, I own an iPhone, and I was like, "Oh my god, why isn't his show on Apple Podcasts?" I have no idea. I just had it on Google. Like you're totally shadow banned on Apple Podcasts. I cannot find your show at all on there.
Some guy got on there. You know what? I should read that. I got a 1-star review on Apple Podcasts, and it was because I cursed too much. it said potty mouth. It's something. I was like, all right, this isn't your show.
Right, you're listening to a conspiracy podcast, dude. I mean, if cuss words are your problem, yeah.
There's been a couple of shows lately though that I've kind of pushed the envelope. I don't know.
That one show you guys were talking about, the Tower of Babel, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was talking to Moral Bob.
Yeah, he's Moral Bob or Josh Monday.
Okay, yeah, either one of those. Yeah, I talked about the Tower of Babel. I don't know. It could be any of them.
Which is pretty interesting when you think about it, because.
But I meant cursing. I was getting very vulgar in a couple of episodes, and I was like, okay, I'll take that 1-star review.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. I also like Tartaria a lot. That whole interesting thing to me. Like it never made any sense to me, like Napoleon, for example, right? Like I don't know if you know about this, but it never made any sense to me that he conquered all of Europe, but somehow had enough French to hold the Louisiana Purchase and all of Quebec and Montreal. That made no sense to me, unless he either had some flying machines or some advanced technology going on there.
Yeah, I got to do some more history on that, because like, was that conquered pre-Napoleon? I kind of think maybe that had been, right. Was that like the monarchy that had like taken over like Canada and like Quebec and that area? Because I kind of think that was pre-Napoleon that they had conquered that, and then he comes in.
I always heard in the history books that we bought the Louisiana Purchase from Napoleon.
Well, I'm also retarded because I think there's like 3 Napoleons, and I get them confused. And so like it's all just one Napoleon to me. But I think there's like 2 or 3 of them.
Dude, so all I know is one.
I don't know.
I think his sons did something, and they were Napoleon too. But
okay. I don't know which one lost at Waterloo. The important one.
The important one.
Yeah. I agree. It's pretty wild, man. Yeah, those French were fucking weird, dude. Like those dirty little French guys over there. They made friends with the Indians, and they loved skinning pelts, and then they just turned into like kind of hillbillies in Canada now. Those French over there. But they seem to be living the life, dude. I'd eat some fried beaver with them and stuff.
But how did they have all that land? I have no
because
idea.
Nobody lives there. It's fucking empty. It's like a goddamn iceberg. They're like, look at all this. It's ours. And I was like, okay, take it.
Yeah, I had a friend. She was in, where was it? Calgary. And she's from Minnesota, and Minnesota's cold. And she's just like, no, it's way too cold here. No.
It's awful. It looks terrible. I mean, I'm sure it's great during the summer because it's like barely livable, and it's really pretty because like there's like trees and rivers and shit. Like I bet it's awesome during the summer, but any other time, fuck that. Yeah, I don't know, man. That is fascinating because Canada used to be kind of badass. I mean, they're full of pussies now, but like I know that America got in fights with Canada like several times, according to history that I don't believe. America would get in fights with Canada, and Canada kicked our ass.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think I believe that history either. Anything like past like Napoleon, I don't know that I can say for certain.
I don't know history from 1950s, dude. Like, I don't believe it anymore. Like the history, like I think that's the biggest thing because dude, I was such a fucking history nerd. I used to nerd the fuck out. I'd read history like fucking textbooks and shit for fun. I'd draw maps and I'd fucking like explore them and study them and shit. And it's all fucking made up. It's all lies. Like, and then you find out, like, especially now, right? We can just look at our common history for a certain segment of the population, for sure, 100%. Russia cheated on the election of 2020 and got Donald Trump elected. That's going to be in the history books now. January 6th was another 9/11. Our fucking democracy almost fell. And like, this is going to be in history books. That's what our kids are going to be taught in school if you're stupid enough to put your kid in a public education.
And people actually believe it. People actually
in between them teaching the kids how to give blowjobs and
but see, I think that's all purposeful to divide us. Like, because you look at it, all the elite have. I mean, well, they have all the money, they have all the power. The only thing they don't have is manpower.
So, yeah. So, like back in the day, though, they had like a monopoly on the truth. They used to be able to just say shit, and we had to fucking believe them. Like, what? How the fuck would I know? Right. You know, like even like fucking, I don't know, like 20 years ago, how the fuck would I know? You know what I mean? You literally had to take their fucking word for it.
Right, 100%.
Now there's so many people with fucking cameras themselves. I can talk to somebody in Istanbul right now. I can get on Telegram and watch a live feed video of what the fuck's happening. Like, no, fuck you, you're a liar.
Right, 100%.
And now we can catch them in fucking lies because we have the internet. It's a two-sided sword because they use it to control us. They use it to manipulate us. They use it to track us. They use it to exploit us. They do all kinds of crazy shit. Like, to me, it's like, it's literal handcuffs almost all the time.
Yeah, because they've dumb people down enough. So like, who's going to do the research enough to do that with like TikTok? Where it's like, okay, your attention span is like 6 seconds. Who's going to do the research enough to actually know, hey, they let people into the White House? They let people in.
A lot of kids don't even fucking know how to read anymore.
That's true.
They don't know how to read. They don't know how to write. Are you fucking kidding me? They can swipe with their finger to do a text message.
That's true.
That's it. They can send an emoji. Those are the new fucking hieroglyphs. Like,
100%, dude. So what's your view on flat Earth? I'm not sure where I'm at with that.
I have had some very interesting conversations with some pretty fucking smart flat earthers. I will give flat earthers the benefit of the doubt that they're fucking brilliant. First of all, most of them like know a hell of a lot. They know the fucking round Earth math better than any round earther. Like, they can tell them exactly. It's fascinating, man. Like, the flat earther in the room is the most educated person in the room with that kind of shit. Right. They're the most well-researched. I think they point out some really obvious fucking flaws that it should be like slap them in the face and go, holy shit. And it's exceedingly obvious that NASA is lying to us a lot. Never a straight answer, fucking NASA. As far as it being flat, I have no fucking idea, man. I've had some really interesting conversations with folks that have like convinced me that the Earth is hollow, that it's kind of like a donut, and like you can fucking go through it, the entire Earth. And I've had like conversations with folks that are telling me that the Earth is actually just so fucking huge that it appears to be flat, and it might as well be flat because they're hiding so much. But it actually is a sphere, but it's like a mega fucking sphere because we're on top, we're like on the crust of a star that they've encapsulated, and that's where the energy is coming from. I don't fucking know. Maybe. What I will say is that it seems pretty fucking flat to me. It seems pretty fucking stationary to me. I don't think that we're fucking flying through space and spinning like this, like a fucking. I have no idea. To me, maybe I'm just retarded. But wouldn't the fucking stars be blurring across the sky if we were just flying out of fucking control? Like 1,000 miles, it's 1,000 miles going this way and then 66,000 going this way. Like, it seems pretty fucking nuts to me that we'd even be able to see the sun. How the fuck would we? I don't know. So I don't know. I don't want to like fucking put myself in any camp because like, how the fuck do I know?
Right.
I don't fucking know. But I love my flat earthers. I love my flat earth listeners. So shout out to all of you guys. Thank you for listening. I think you guys are fucking smart and you're pointing out some really fucking big flaws. Do I know? I have no idea.
Have you ever seen the anime Attack on Titan?
I watched a little bit of it. I didn't. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
It's pretty.
What did I miss in it?
I think it's like a flat earther's dream. Like,
is that
once you finish, like you kind of realize that they find out that they're on this island and there's a whole nother part of Earth, and all this time they thought that they were on, all of Earth and that was it, but they've crossed this island of water, and there's a whole nother part of Earth.
Yeah, that's fascinating as fuck, man. I love that idea. I really want that to fucking be true. I don't even necessarily think you have to be a flat earther to believe in like the well, I mean, I get maybe you probably have to be like the unlimited land theory. Like they think that there's just like it keeps going forever. Which is fascinating. I mean, most of the time, dude, I'm pretty sure we're in a simulation. Like I think that this is like a fucking made up bullshit. But it's also like pretty badass bullshit. Like I like it here. I think it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, there's some shitty things to it, and there's some shitty systems that have been like here to imprison us. Like I used to consider myself a capitalist. I don't anymore. Like I'm a free market guy, but I don't like the fucking word capitalism, and I don't like the debt-based like fucking usury kind of bullshit that's like literally there to imprison us. Like go fuck yourself. I like free trade. I'm all about that. I'm all about like freedom and autonomy, but fuck your capitalism. Stick that up your dick.
100%, dude. So like these are some of the stuff I like to explore on my Rockfan channel along with crypto, because they really do blend. They really do blend.
What's some wild fucking conspiracies that have been burning up your ass?
Well, let's see. I like the Tartaria thing. It's interesting to think, okay, all right, was there a mud flood? Are there things that have been hidden from us? Because there seems to be like these timelines don't match up.
Yeah, the timelines are real fucking distorted, man. Yeah, like it's either we've been around for millions of years like humanity has, or it's only been like 500 years or something like that. It's something weird, man. And I don't know what it is. Like Jesus might have been around 300 years ago or 3 million years ago. I have no fucking idea, but something's off.
I was
Something's
watching
fucked up.
What is it called? Old World Florida. This guy is on Juan's show, and he showed these pictures of these like Florida Seminoles. Like most of them are real dark. So it's like, oh, okay. So people were probably over here before they actually admit that people were over in America, right? Because they're darker skinned Native Americans. So it makes you think, okay, maybe these people were Moors, or what people call Moors, right? It's pretty interesting to think about. And they say that there were bog bodies that were found in Florida that were like 7,000 years old. So it's like, okay, then maybe people were actually over here before we're actually told that they were over here. And I know one thing that he mentioned is actually true. They always say that the first colony was Jamestown, but Columbus landed in Puerto Rico. How does that go?
That's true, because like the British think they're the only ones that count. They're the only ones that matter. So they're like, this is the first one actually, because white people were there. We were here.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I like the fucking theory that like the Americas are actually the old world. That's fucking fascinating to me, that maybe this is the origin, dude. Like this is some weird old shit. There's some ancient shit going on out here. I mean, because it just doesn't make sense. Again, with like the Tartaria stuff, where like when they're just landing here and they're just like making it out west for the first time, and within like 5 years they have these gigantic, insane fucking buildings. They had populations of like there's like 30 people that live in this butt shit nowhere, and they built this fucking elaborate palace and called it the fucking town's, like the town's center or whatever. Like, how the fuck does that make any sense? Why would you do that? Why would you spend that? Like, you guys are barely fucking like being able to feed yourselves. You guys are barely fucking farming. There's Indians trying to put an arrow in your ass, and you're telling me you fucking spent like how much? Like, and you're no, we did it in like 2 days.
Right, with a horse and buggy.
Yeah,
not with bulldozers or anything modern, right? You did it with a horse and buggy in a couple days, right?
That's like the story they try to tell you about San Francisco. They try to tell you that they were there for like 5 years, and then all of these fucking buildings, all these modern, crazy, fucking beautiful, gorgeous fucking buildings were built. And you're like, what? You're just a bunch of old dirty skis bags that went over there because you thought there was gold.
Right.
And a bunch of Chinese slaves and shit and indentured servants. And you guys told me that you guys built this? Mm-mm.
No.
Now, this shit was here. You found it. I mean, that's the whole thing, dude, is like there's a guy, and I'm going to forget his name because I'm retarded, but it is something to do with like the American history. You know who was talking about this guy? Dude, if you ever listen to Matt, the Great Deception podcast, do you ever listen to Matt?
I have. It's been a while, but I have, for sure.
You should check him out. He's been doing some hardcore shit lately, dude. Some good fucking shit. And talking about Tartaria in general. And he was talking about like San Francisco in general. And he's talking about this guy that was like a Smithsonian, like really renowned part of like some fucking society historian, right? And he was writing the history of California. And then like all of his fucking peers like were like, this guy's full of shit and he's lying. And he's lying here, he's lying here, he's lying here, he's lying here. And they kicked him out of that like prestigious society. And he was like proven to be a fucking liar. And his writings are still the writings that are the history of California, the history of like the West Coast and all this crazy shit. They still use his shit, even though he was proven to be a fucking liar. Because he was like the first Fed. He was like the first guy that was like co-opting a bunch of bullshit for the United States.
That's interesting.
Rewriting history.
On Sam Tripoli's podcast.
Talk to Matt. Listen to Matt's show because he's going to do it a lot more intelligently than I just did. And he'll actually get his name and things. But okay. But what were we saying? What were we saying with Sam Tripoli?
I was listening to his show, and this was like on Rockfin, like a premium one, because you can't put it out on like regular stuff. That Einstein was a fraud, and I've been.
Oh, I believe that, dude. I believe that 100%. Him and Helen Keller, full of shit.
Oh, I hadn't heard Helen Keller.
That bitch, if she was fucking blind and deaf, she's not communicating to anything. They were just making that shit up. That lady was like, oh, she just said water. Like, oh, she was supposedly like graduated college and wrote books. Yeah. Bullshit. Helen Keller was just sitting. Like, oh, sorry, man.
No,
okay. Well, I was making a bunch of goofy faces, so it's all right. I was being a complete asshole and trying to imitate Helen Keller, so I don't need to cancel myself right now.
Well, Family Guy does it. They have a whole bunch of Helen Keller jokes on Family Guy. I love that show.
There's no way she was real. That was some fake bullshit. Yeah, she's as fake as the moon landing.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, but anyways, tell me about Einstein. What were you saying?
That one I wonder about too, because like,
okay, I'll dispel it for you right now. We didn't fucking land on the moon.
100%. Like, at least those videos that they show us are absolutely fake.
100%. Yes, there's no
if
way.
If they did land on there, we haven't seen it.
In 1969. We definitely landed on the moon. That happened.
Dude,
I mean, I don't know, maybe, but I don't think so, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Call me skeptical. But tell me more about fucking Einstein being fake.
Oh, well, they were just saying that all his stuff was written by his wife, basically. And
his cousin wife?
Oh, she was his cousin?
Yeah, that was underage. He like married her when she was 14. He was like a real piece of shit creep.
So he went like the Jerry Lewis. What's his name?
He went Elvis Presley. He went fucking
He
went
went
all those pieces of shit. Yeah.
Woody Allen. Yeah.
Hmm.
And that basically because he
Charlie Chaplin.
There we
go.
Basically
all
because
those pieces
he
of shit.
a one world government that people really liked, that the powers that be liked Einstein because he wanted a one world government.
You know what's fascinating, man? So, I mean, Einstein was a socialist kind of piece of shit. I mean, maybe he was fucking brilliant. I don't know. I never met the guy. But what I did hear, and I'm fairly certain this is true. I've heard this from several people that they had offered to make him the first prime minister of Israel, and he turned it down. Do you hear that?
Interesting. No, I did not.
Yeah, they wanted him to be the fucking. I mean, obviously, he was a fucking brilliant, very, very famous Jewish guy that everybody loved, and so he would have been the first celebrity politician, maybe.
I could see why. If he really turned it down, maybe it's because he knew he's a fraud, and if he's always in the public light having to do politics, people are buying him out.
And they didn't have good green screens like they do for Joe Biden nowadays.
Oh man,
that's a fucking retard that we have, and we're like, yeah, he's our president. That tracks.
I even wonder if that's something, because it's just like it's too comical at this point. Like, okay, it's so comical.
You think he's secretly a genius? Like he's faking it?
No.
Okay. That'd be awesome.
No, that is like a plan. Like, okay, it's so comical at this point. Like, okay, it's too comical.
It's just degrading people. It's making them like accept something that it's the fucking what do you call that? The emperor with no clothes. You know what I'm talking about? The naked emperor. You know what I'm talking about? Because everybody sees this guy's fucking senile and retarded, and he's like sucking his wife's fingers on television, and he's like standing in the fucking corner and talking to people, and he's getting lost, and they have to get like the Easter Bunny to come and grab him. He's falling upstairs, and then he's like stumbling over his words worse than me. Like, the guy is fucking ridiculous, and we're just have to be, yeah, he's the president. Uh-huh.
And that's why it's like,
and
I'm like, okay,
he's doing a great job.
It's too comical.
Yes, we're in a recession and we're broke as fuck, and gas prices are through the roof, and maybe we're gonna have World War III, and now everyone's getting monkeypox from butt sex, but yeah, he's doing awesome. This is awesome.
It's too comical at this point. So it's like, okay, is he there because you want people to, I don't know, have not faith in? I don't know. It's
1984, dude. You remember how they were like, war is peace, like that kind of thing, where it's that double speak where they force you to like say, like, are you nerd? You watch like Star Trek? Not fucking Star Wars. Star Trek. You remember when they were like making John Luke say like there are 5 lights. There's 5 lights, and he's like, there's 4 lights. That was the fucking, not the Kardashians, the Cardassians. They had him in a fucking prison camp, and they were trying to break him down mentally. That's what they're doing to us on a large fucking scale. Okay. They're fucking giving us shit tons of fluoride in the water. They're giving us a bunch of GMO fucking corn syrup and everything. They're giving us like boosters up the ass. They're giving us like Krispy Kreme donuts. They're trying to give us fucking crickets. They're giving us like tons of fucking like porn and shit. And they're just kind of like, it's abusive, like psychological fucking torture that they're doing to us. And then on top of that, they're like, this is the president. Isn't he great? Say he's great. You're going to vote for Joe Biden. And you look at him, and he's like fucking retarded and old and like falling apart up there. And everyone's just like, yeah, he's the president. Okay. Like, it's degrading the character of people. It's like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but it's like, it's making you fucking embrace a lie, and like it. It's like, they're rape Stockholm syndroming you. It's,
but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like,
And
I
then
know
what's the
they see,
alternative? Some goofy fucking orange-haired bastard that gets up there and says all kinds of crazy nonsense, like, and we're have to be like, oh yeah, this is our choices. This is our democracy.
it's like, I
We
know
get to
they
choose
see
between
what,
asshole retard and fucking fuckhole. And I'm drinking a fucking coffee mug with his face on it right now.
it's like,
I got this a few Christmases ago.
I know they see what we see, and it's like, okay, so if they see what we see, why are they still parading him in front of us? That's my question. I don't know.
Because this is like a giant fucking comedy. They are laughing their ass off. Have you seen Impractical Jokers? Like,
Oh, but I
it's
have to
like,
not. What was that movie? Oh god, the one where it's like everybody's an imbecile except this one guy. What is that?
yeah. Idiocracy. But Impractical Jokers is like a fucking show. It's like one of those dumb fucking shows where they're like, I make you go into a room and like say like spaghetti 40 times in like normal conversation and just try to like, you know what I mean? They're fucking with us. Like they're just like fucking with us. Like it's complete bullshit, dude. Like, I don't know. I mean, Joe Biden wakes up every day and he finds out that he's the president, like every day, and he's like, "Holy shit, I'm the president!" And like he just he gets to fucking just get carted around and eat ice cream and he just fucking he's killing it, dude. He's having a good time. I'm sure they give him like a fuck ton of little kids in a closet and he can just do whatever he wants, sniff them, touch them, eat them, whatever he wants, and
Oh yeah,
then he gets
what's the name there?
adrenochrome. What are we talking about?
What did his son call him? It's like code name.
Oh, Pedo Peter. Yeah, Pedo Pete or something like that. Yeah. God damn, dude. I'm reading like little excerpts from that diary, supposedly from his daughter. Jesus fucking Christ. I was so terrified that he would come into the shower with me that I would wait until like the middle of the fucking night when everyone else was asleep to go and shower because I thought that my fucking dad was going to come do shit to me. You're like, holy fucking shit. Do you know if for one fucking second, I hate doing this, like, but if the left did this or if the right did this, you know, that fucking horseshit. Yeah. But you know, if Donald Trump's daughter was saying this kind of shit, what would happen? It would be on every fucking, like, The View would be talking about it nonstop. They'd have the bitch on the show and they'd be like, what happened? What did he do in the shower? You're right. And this, they're just like, that didn't happen. What the fuck are you talking
that's
about?
The thing
that bitch doesn't exist.
About,
she's a lying bitch.
That's the thing that I wonder about, though. It's like, it's so comical at this point. It's like, are you trying to push all the people to the right? Like, is that?
Yeah, dude, I kind of think so. Like, I had this conversation not that long ago with some folks, with some really fun folks. So shout out to them, Kyle from the Big Dumb Podcast and my buddy Shane from Inquiries Over Reality. They do a show called My Big Dumb Inquiries, where they do like a team up show. And so like the concept for that show is you bring in some clips and like I bring in a couple clips, they bring in a couple clips, and we don't know what each other are going to do. And then we just kind of break it down and laugh at it. And I was showing some clips of like, I think this shit is totally being done on purpose. So first of all, the first clip I think I showed was like, I don't know, the left being goofy, dude. Like, okay, one was this black lady, this black lady rapper that was rapping about abortion. Have you seen that one yet?
No. God, no. No. You froze again.
Okay, are you back? I'm sorry, man. My stupid internet. Okay, have you seen that one?
No. God, no.
Okay. Dude, it's fucked up. You should be like, ain't no N-word coming out of me because I'm going to kill it. I got murder on my mind. Murder on my mind. And she's like twerking and shaking her ass on top of a car in the parking lot of Planned Parenthood. I'm like, holy shit. It's like comical. If it was a joke, I'd be like, oh my God, touche, you're a fucking genius. But she means it. Like, they hardly ever come out and just say it. At least she was being honest. She was like, yeah, we're going to fucking murder this kid in me. Like,
that's insane. But see, stuff like that to me is like, it's purposely divisive. Mm-hmm. Like, it's purposely divisive. Just like the whole Kanye West with the White Lives Matter shirt. Like,
I haven't seen that. I've just seen pictures. I want to hear him talk. It's so
purposely
good.
divisive. Like, okay, now everybody's
With what's her name? I can't stand that
Candace
bitch. What's her
Owen.
name? Candace Owen. She's
Yeah, I
so
can't.
fucking terrible.
I can't.
She's so bad. She's just a liar. I can just like she's not. I feel her dishonesty while she's doing it. Like she's pretty good at it, but it's like she's putting on an act, dude, and you can kind of feel it. You know.
And her
I don't
husband,
know.
I
She's
believe her husband is like a royal. Like it was on Google, it was on the internet, and they
wouldn't
took it
surprise
off.
me, dude. Wouldn't fucking surprise me. Not even a little bit.
But that's
Yeah, that
like
shit's weird.
all of that stuff to me is like, okay, let's purposely divide people. And now that we have everyone divided, hey, that's great. We can do whatever the hell we want, and no one's gonna say anything because they're too busy infighting. And hey, if we're lucky, we'll lower the population because they'll just war between each other, and we'll get down
So
to the
you're
1 million
100%
or
right.
whatever that they want to get down to.
500 million worldwide. That's a
Yeah.
crazy number. That's a fucking crazy number. But so, like, I think that you're 100% right. So I think that there's several things going on as far as that goes. Like, I think that they are, I mean, it starts, again, the British Empire. The British Empire was the best at this shit. It's that whole divide and conquer mentality. So they have the left radicalize and get fucking way crazier, and the right go like, holy shit. And they're going to fucking radicalize and get crazier. And like, what I think that we're probably going to get is we're going to get a hard right reset. And I think that either way, so it could go either way. We're either going to get a hard right dictator, which the government wins, because if we have a hard right dictator to take out the left, because do you think that like Nancy Pelosi and all the like whoever do you think is, even AOC, do you think she cares about gays and trannies and shit? I don't think that any of them do. Like, I think that you're just fucking pawns to them. They're just like, they're wearing you like a cape, and they're like, yay, come on, gays, vote for me. Like, that's what they do to fucking beaners and black people too. They're like, come on, we're all the same, right? You're the same as handicapped people and fucking Asian people. And like, you're just like, I am? What? Like, anyways, like, so it's all just horseshit. So either what I think is going to happen is there's going to be a hard right reset. And then these, like, whoever's actually in charge, like AOC, all those people, they're just actors. They're just playing their part, and they're doing a great job, right? They're getting people riled up. Like, they're the Instagram people. Like, dude, Donald Trump is a fucking actor. Joe Biden's not really there, but he's like playing a good part. So I think that we, definitely could get a hard right reset. And it could be very detrimental because it's going to be very authoritarian. And so then the government can crack down that way. Or what they want is like the majority of people to fucking go really hard right. And then they're going to take the election back anyways, and then give it to an even gayer, crazier person. And then because they want like I think they want a Civil War 2.0. They want us at each other's fucking throats. And
100%.
And so the right will feel like they're justified because they're like, what the fuck? We should have won. There's no fucking way. You guys stole that shit. And then the left is going to be, yes, fuck you. And then, anyways. And then in the fucking, when that happens and there's a fucking big fight, then government just comes in, swoops in, cracks down, fucking kills a bunch of people, uses those fucking energy weapons, those fucking sound cannons and shit, and lays down real authoritarian shit. And then it's going to be like fucking, what's that horrible fucking movie with that dumb bitch? That's a whole lot of movies. She goes like this with her stupid. My hand doesn't even pop up. Anyways, whatever that dumbass. Jennifer Lawrence is in that fucking movie, and The Hunger Games. Gotcha. It could be like Hunger Games status. Like, we all tried to like stand up and fight, right? And then we lost, and then there's a huge authoritarian crackdown, and
that's what it seems like. Because again, with the crypto world coming right back in again, like with these whole climate change issues, we got inflation. It's like pushing people towards the breaking point monetarily, and then they can just
they're
get
doing
people
that.
to fight. Like, it's this people's fault. They did this. The Russians did that. They did this.
Dude, they're brilliant. They've done a great job because I think that just means AI is in charge. I think they have some fucking crazy algorithms that they're letting decide a lot of things because like who can think of all this shit? They're fucking brilliant, dude. As far as them like simultaneously, they are like destroying the fucking economy, but they're also having us cheer it on. We're like, yeah, pay for my student loans. That's going to make it better. I need a check because my gas is expensive. So give us all checks, and that's going to make the gas gooder. Like, they're retarded. And so, like, they're cheering on our demise. And, like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's fucking brilliant. They've been doing this for centuries. They've indoctrinated us, and now we're retarded. And we're like, yes, put the gun to my head. Now pull the trigger. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, it really looks like a civil war, and war makes a lot of money for a lot of people. Sadly, so honestly, I think shows like yours, ones and runs, you guys are helping people like stay like sane for real.
Thanks, man. I don't know how much valuable information they get from my show, but I hope they get something, and I hope they get a laugh. That's
Totally,
what I'm going for.
I do.
I think we have little tiny nuggets of useful information here and there, and then a lot of crazy babbling.
Hey, it's all good.
Yeah, man. So, what do you see as some like, what are some solutions?
Well, first, I think people just need to just realize that all of this division stuff has nothing to do with. It's the governments. It's the governments who are doing it. It has nothing to do with the people, and the people end up infighting. That's the thing that always angers me. It's like, okay, you're looking at minorities or LGBT people who are in the schools doing this, like, or they're showing people in the schools saying these things to kids, but they're not the ones who made that decision. There are not enough LGBT or minority people in power to make that decision. So really, you should be mad at the people who are making the decision. You know what I mean?
There's a lot to that because, like, in one way, I get that people are furious that, like, there's literally kids that are getting taught, like, this is how you lube up the penis to stick in your ass. Like my niece was literally taught some shit like that in school.
Yeah.
And they told her, you may not be ready for anal sex yet.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what yet? What like so like you're going to be, don't worry.
See,
like
who's
they didn't say like things like
the local government, right?
The local government. Yeah. So it's just wild to me. So it's like I live in like near Portland, dude. It's really shitty out here. Like, and they live closer to Portland to me. So it's pretty fucking wild. But yes, you're absolutely right that the fucking government is to blame for that. But like, okay, did we blame some of the Nazi soldiers that went along with it? Like, so you can say that's just my orders. Okay, kids, now this is how you suck dick. Now grab your fucking banana. Like,
right.
I can blame the teacher a little bit. Like
a little bit, yeah, she's a little bit culpable. When you say it that way, I agree. But it's like, okay, let's stop the government from doing that. But that's such a hard task because all those people.
Easiest task. Take your fucking kids out of public school, retard.
There you go.
Get them the fuck out of there. You know what? They're gonna learn better. Even if you fucking like drive them to the woods and kick them out and say, "I'll be back at 6."
Yeah.
Feed yourself. Figure it out. They're gonna. Yeah, that would be better than 8 hours in public school.
But see, that to me too, that's all like a purposeful plan. It's like, okay, let's get you so steamed at the smallest section of the population that, okay, what can that population do to really say anything about what's happening? I mean, like,
I mean, they can, as far as like they could do a mass walkout, and but the government has kind of showed that they don't give a fuck, because like how many people tried to walk out or were fired because they didn't get the fucking MAGA jab,
yep,
right?
100%, 100%.
It is interesting, and all the government did after that, they were like, all right, well then I guess we're gonna have to have 50 kids in a class. I don't know, like just deal with it. I don't know, figure it out.
See,
Yeah, we're short on staffing. Your kid's gonna have to walk to school. They live like 10 miles away. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have any bus drivers because we fired everybody.
That's another thing with nurses and all of that. Supposedly, all the hospitals are short on staff because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I think about that, but I know like if you're required to do that in order to, you know,
I think that's how they picked the ones that were willing and stupid. If you like the ones that were loyal, they're like, all right, I'm going to force you to take this. Are you going to take this? Are you going to trust me? You going to take this? Like, yeah, I'll do it. And then that's, you know, who your dumb assholes are. That's what they did to the police, and that's what they did to the military. Any free thinkers, anyone that might have like any kind of thought of like independent thought, they're like, I said, take this, put it in your fucking veins, do it. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. You know,
I think everybody at this point is like, I ain't taking it. But every day, like,
yeah, but how many people did? But I don't believe their numbers either, dude. They want you to think more people did than they did. And I'm in a bubble. I'm out here in Oregon, so a lot of fucking idiots did. But dude, in the heartland, in like West Virginia, but that was the thing, and that was the saddest, and that was the fucked up thing, is they were like, they would go to like poor communities and be like, hey, you like fried chicken? Guess what? I'll give you a bunch of fucking gift certificates to the Waffle House. Go get the fucking jab, idiot. And they're like, okay. Yeah. And then they admitted to giving out like gift certificates that had nothing on them and shit. They were just lying to them. Like some people got
me as a black man. I see the NFL and I see all these commercials.
We have to be inclusive. You have to take yours first. You remember that? You're a minority. No. That's what they kept saying. They're like, we got to make this inclusive. So you know what? Black people have to get it first, because they are oppressed. If you and because I was like,
if you watch
what the fuck in Canada, that's what they did. They're like, we need to be inclusive about this because, you know, the white people. So let's give it to the Indians first. Let's go to the First Nations people. Here you go. I was like, this is eugenics operation. Don't do it.
100%, which, and a lot of people don't know that Rockefeller kind of started Planned Parenthood. That's crazy.
And Bill Gates' daddy was like a fucking CEO and in charge of it.
Yep. 100%. But it saddens me that I watch these commercials and you see like Pfizer commercials when they're saying that they didn't want records seen for like 75 years. And there's still Pfizer commercials on NFL with minorities saying, take it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. And there's other countries, dude. I thought I read somewhere, and I got to double check this because maybe. Anyways, this is what I talk about: useful information, because I don't do enough homework, and then I might say something, and somebody might believe me. So please double check me on this one. But I'd heard that England stopped jabbing kids under 5. They were like, like this isn't helping, and this is actually kind of maybe it's worse for them to take. And I was like, holy shit, they actually give a fuck? That's fascinating. Right. Like they care.
And then when they made the law that children could go do it without their parents' consent, that was like, okay, then there must really be something like you want it that bad for children to take it. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. Especially when there's other ways to like keep yourself healthy, like holistic approaches and whatnot. Like, okay, why is this the only way to do it? Why is this the only way? That part.
Yeah, that to me, that was just the wildest shit. If you're not going to talk about like the best ways, like They were lying, dude, and that's how you know, because like I was suspicious to begin with, and like I was already kind of woken up to the shit, but like I was kind of normie. Like I wouldn't like go and get all my flu shots, but occasionally I'd get a flu shot or something, like because I was like, and then I got the flu shot, and then I got the flu really bad, and I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like it's bullshit. But like so I was kind of, on the fence with it, but then you realize it's like, first of all, they're not telling you the numbers. So it's like the people that are actually dying are unfortunately all the poor assholes that get put on ventilators. So they're not
Yeah.
even going to talk about that. And so like that was actually like fucking drowning people in their own shit. It was like killing them. And then secondly, they like almost 80% of the people that died were like over the age of 80 and had like fucking 12 premorbidities or whatever. And they're like, we're not going to talk about that. Like there was just like so much like, why are you trying to tell me my 5-year-old has to get a fucking jab when they have less chance of dying than getting hurt by the vaccine? And you're
Or
not
the
even going
people.
to tell people that. You're not going to tell parents that before you do it.
Yeah.
I have a fucking friend that was like, he went and got his like 18-month-old jabbed because he was like waiting for it to happen. He was like, oh my god, they can do it now. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? They believe it. They believe it. And I'm the asshole. I'm the asshole. I'm like, dude, the thing that you just did to your child, it's unforgivable, dude. That child didn't have any fucking choice in this, and we don't know what the fucking long-term effects are going to be. What the fuck you just put into their body, and you're going to have to live with that. You allowed that to happen. Like, I still feel guilty for getting my first son a bunch of fucking shots. He was up to date on all of his shots, and he was snipped. I fucking got him circumcised, like his genitals mutilated, like a piece of shit, because I didn't know any better. Like I was a Christian Zionist because that's the way I grew up. I was like, well, the Bible says that. It's like I have to snip his penis on the 8th day, like a good Jew, and I fucking did. Like, it's fucking bullshit, dude. Sucks. It was tragic.
It is. It is. And you know what? Good that there's a lot of channels out here like yours to wake people up, because I
You know who
yeah.
woke me up on the thing, man? Because like I was on the fence with it. Like I was like, okay, but what about polio? They like scare you with shit like that. What about tetanus? All the people that get lockjaw and die of tetanus, right? Everybody. Like if you step on a fucking screw, you're gonna die. Like who woke me up was Truthzilla. If you've ever listened to their show,
No.
is no longer a show, but Scott was like one of the stars, and he started his show called Rebunked. If you're familiar with Rebunked, if you're not, dude, you gotta listen to Rebunked. Fantastic show. Scott Armstrong is the shit. He's fantastic. He was the one. I think their first or second episode was on vaccines, and they just broke it down because there was Scott, Meg, and Ed was another member of their crew. Right, there's 3 folks, and Ed has a child that is vaccine injured, and he just like breaks it down. He's really honest and just talks about it, and and he, you carry that around with you. You're like, I thought I was doing the right thing. I got my kid vaccinated, and then he's like fucking injured forever, right? And so like that was enough for me. And like, so I give them fucking credit all the time. I give them fucking shout outs because like that's why my beautiful little 1-year-old, he turned 1 on Tuesday. He doesn't have a single fucking poke, no fucking pokes, nothing. And he's intact. He's healthy. He doesn't get sick. He's fucking hyper. He's crazy. He's fucking learning how to speak right now. He's amazing. He's a beautiful, sovereign little human.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So yes, I'm glad that there are shows out there like this, and like, so everyone go listen to Rebunked. Scott's awesome.
I've heard him
And
on
I
other
hope,
shows for sure. I have to check this show out though.
Dude, he's killing it, dude. He has the most interesting fucking guests on there with some crazy topics. Like he's killing it, dude. Scott's doing fucking awesome shit out there. All right. Well, Ruel, what else is going on in the world, man?
Nothing much, bro. Just this crypto, and I'm trying to get people ready for like the next. I don't know if you know, Bitcoin halves every 4 years, so like it's kind of cyclical. So
Does it expand? Is that what you mean by halves? Like,
no, it deflates. So
interesting. I didn't
yes.
know that.
So then that's why it kind of gets more
Does your
valuable
money
every
become
4 years.
more valuable? Okay, gotcha.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because unlike how like the Fed and our government just print money, okay, there's only going to be 21 Bitcoin, and every 4 years, you can mine less of it. So, so basically, if you look at like crypto charts, every 4 years, Bitcoin goes through like a bull cycle, and the next time that it halves is 2024. Sometime in 2024, it's either March, April, but generally after it halves, like in like 6 months, everything is bullish again. So
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to destroy your channel here, but why should people continue to buy crypto right now?
because when it halves, it will be bullish.
Okay. And then what do they do with it? Like I don't know, man. I'm so fucking skeptical that like they're
No,
gonna
you're
let
not
us
destroying my
use it.
channel. No, ask questions. I love it. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Like I'm just like when they turn to these CBDCs and we have the digidollar, who the fuck's going to be using Bitcoin anymore? They probably, I don't know if they're going to let us use it. Let's say they just say, fuck you. You're not even allowed to use it anymore. What are you going to do?
See, that is a question, but there are publicly traded companies that own Bitcoin now. They just have it on their ledger. And there's one company called MicroStrategies. That's all they do is buy Bitcoin. That's literally all they do. They were a software company. Now all they do is buy Bitcoin. Michael Saylor, or I think he's pretty big now.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign that it's getting like,
That is getting more like institutionalized.
yeah, and
I think
like
it's a good
that?
sign.
What country was it? What was the country they're like, this is our currency
El
now?
Salvador.
El Salvador. And that didn't work out for him, right?
No, it's working okay, but it's just like okay, the whole transition. Like okay, now does everyone know how to use a QR code? Stuff like that. It's the transition of the education of it. So
Plus, like other countries are going to see that as like a threat and like
yeah,
probably not want to do business with them or transact in that way.
yeah. So that there's that too. So that's the big question. That's the big
It
question.
is pretty El Salvador, you said?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. Who the fuck was like, let's just do Bitcoin, guys? Like that's it's pretty wild that like, dude, South America is still wild as fuck. Like you can just do that.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, fuck our currency. Let's do crypto.
Right. Right.
So,
So
like, I see some shit. Like, I honestly kind of think that the whole Bitcoin thing was kind of complete psyop from the beginning to get us used to digital money. Do you think that's a
it's
possibility?
it's really interesting. And
Who the fuck was Satoshi Nakamoto or whatever? I think he
I'm
was
pretty
probably a
sure
CIA
that
agent.
I'm pretty sure that dude's dead. I'm pretty sure Satoshi's dead. But Bitcoin seems like it's legitimate. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, it seems completely corporate. It seems completely corporate. And they just changed it from so there's two types of governance. You can do like proof of stake, which is staking where people kind of like they pay you to have diamond hands. And then there's proof of work, which is mining. Bitcoin does mining. Ethereum did do mining, but now it's moved to proof of stake, where kind of they pay you to have diamond hands. But the thing with proof of stake is that it can be corporate. Like
Is
so
that a
now
term that I should know? What the hell is diamond hands?
in the hands. So it's basically a term where everyone says like, okay, you're hard, you're holding on, your diamond hands, you're not letting go, you hold on forever,
Okay.
which is kind of a crap. You shouldn't like hold on forever. Like sell if it's if it's gone up. But yeah, everyone's
That was
dying.
like the Bitcoin Cash people versus the Bitcoin coin people, right? The ones that wanted to like hold on to this as like an investment value kind of thing, and then the other people that are like, yeah, I just want to buy kitty porn on fucking the dark web and do weird shithole stuff with it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't
There's
know which
some
one I like better. I mean, not the kitty porn part, but like I like the weird crypto pirates that just like want to like buy weird fucking like I want to buy a flamethrower and
NFTs that just want to buy
yeah.
NFTs.
NFTs are fucking weird, dude. That doesn't make any sense to me. Convince me that NFTs mean anything. Can you? I had
Yes,
Sal come on.
yes.
I had Sal come on and try to explain to me why NFTs are a fucking great idea. And I guess theoretically he was saying, I mean, I'm sure he had a bunch of brilliant arguments that I don't remember, but one was like, and my other friend, like he released his album as an NFT, and he was one of the first guys to do that, dude. It looks like a fucking cassette tape and it has this really cool artwork. And you pop it out and it's got a USB and then you can play the album and it has an NFT that like is like 3D and moves and does weird shit and like it's neat. It's fucking cool. Okay. Like and then he took me to the fucking metaverse and like I'm sitting there walking through a mall and there's like pictures on the wall and I can spend money on them and then I own a digital photo.
See, NFTs, the whole point of NFTs is really good. And it's really good, but at the same time, just like anything, just like the internet, right?
I'm a boomer, dude. I could be completely wrong about him, but it seems silly. The cool thing that my friend was doing that I thought was a neat idea, they basically had started like he's all about this shit. There's like this fucking online card game that like you fight like other people. It's almost like Magic the Gathering sort of, but like all of the artwork is like a player created. So like all of those guys like make this elaborate, really cool fucking, and they can be like one. Like there's only one of this guy or there's only 100 of this guy and you're only going to get him from this specific pack. And then they sell these packs and then you buy these packs and you don't know what's inside of them. And then like 2 months later, this pack that you bought for $6 is now like $500. And then people are like selling and trading and like they're having fun and they're playing a game and they have this one of a kind cool card thing. And like, if you're really into that, that sounds like fun. Like, that seems harmless to me, but I think the government also looks at that and kind of giggles and thinks it's harmless too. Like, I don't know.
It can be very good. So here's a case. Here's a very simple case, an easy case. Basketball cards, right? Those are things that have been collectible over time in comics.
Yeah, but I can pick it up and I can hold it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but it's like, okay, now move that into a digital space.
I loved it because I was a Pokemon card nerd. I fucking loved Pokemon. I had so many goddamn cards. I was a master. I had them all. Like, I was fucking wild about it. And then I gave them to someone, like my little buddy down the street, like when I was a kid. And I don't have any of them. And that would have been my retirement.
See, and
I'd have been fucking set.
Sports cards. And now they have them where they're digitalized. It's called NBA Top Shot and NFL All Day. So now they're selling cards as NFTs. So
I can get on my computer, log in, and then I can just look at my fucking card. Look at this card that I can't touch. Goddamn, look at this rookie fucking whatever kind of Majig card. Fuck yes. I don't get it.
Yes, but see, it's like, okay.
It might not be for me. I might be the fucking one that,
No, it's like owning like a digital certificate of authenticity or whatever, right? Like, imagine if someone like NFT the deed to your house. Like, okay, now it's just virtual, but you don't have the paper of it. Which they're doing. Imagine if someone said like, okay, I'm going to make an NFT of part of your salary and I'm going to give it to you early. And, we can.
Where can I spend it?
Right, like kind of like that, and they're doing stuff. They're doing
Well,
stuff
I'm just
like
gonna give
that
you the
too.
certificate of authenticity of early part of your check.
Now,
Oh,
now,
okay.
now, cards. The cards example is a good thing. It's like, okay, now you don't have to lug around your cards, and now you have a digital version of your cards. But
I want to hold it in my hand. I want to feel it. I'm like, oh, look at this fucking.
if you want to go doom and gloom version, imagine now. No. There's a doom and gloom to this. Imagine now, okay, that you're now, okay, you can now no longer afford to travel because now you can't afford carbon credits. You got to stay indoors because there's a climate crisis. And okay, so you can no longer go to your job and you have to have your job in the metaverse. So now you have to have an avatar and you have to buy business clothes for your avatar, which are NFT clothes. So now it's like, okay,
They're gonna kill me.
there's that too.
I'm gonna walk out of my house. Cause fuck you. If I have to get a skateboard or steal a kid's scooter, fuck you. I'm going to Walmart. I'm going. I'm doing whatever I want. You can eat my ass. They're gonna kill me.
But see, that's where it seems like they're
the
pushing
robo fucking sky police are gonna fucking drone bomb me while I'm fucking on.
But see, that's where it seems like they're pushing us to. Okay, so you can't afford carbon credits. You're not rich enough to afford a car. So, okay, sure, you can have a bike, you can have a skateboard, but you can't have a car. So that limits your travel to like where? Like, okay, your city, basically. Okay, so we can do whatever we want outside of that. Let's just trap all the people here. They can't afford carbon credits, so they're not going. They're not going anywhere outside of that 30 miles or 50 miles or whatever. Or it's going to be very damn hard for them to do that. So, okay, you're trapped in that city that we've locked you into, this smart city. You can't afford carbon credits. You have to go into the metaverse that we've now put on your phone because cryptos are coming to phone now. They're coming to phones now. And okay, since you can't drive to your job, you better buy some metaverse clothes. I mean, you can't have your avatar not dressed. What come on.
I could. You know, I had this conversation not that long ago. I think I put that one out a little bit ago. I was talking to Texarcist and I was talking to what's his name? Generally, we were talking about okay, this is the one that I think I was going really hard on as far as cursing goes, because like I described the full bottom surgery for transgender people, like, and I went real graphic with it. And I was saying, like, what about the folks that now, because they can just, because if we're going to move to the metaverse, you can just have a sexy lady avatar and you don't have to go through all the surgeries and stuff. You can like, will that at some point be like enough? Because like you can live the majority of your life. Let's say I feel trapped in my body and I want to be a lady. I can be a sexy lady avatar online in the metaverse. Maybe I can get my kicks out like that and it'll be okay.
That reminds me,
Because
you messed up my life by having
did you listen to that one?
You messed up my life by having me watch Black Mirror.
Oh yeah, which one did you watch?
The one with Anthony Mackie. You know, the one where they're playing the fighting game. You haven't seen that one yet?
I think I have.
I
think so.
Scenario you're describing. It's two guys, Anthony Mackie and this other guy, and they're playing a game in like quote unquote the metaverse. They're playing a fighting game, and one's a dude. They're two dude friends. They're two guy friends, and they play a fighting game in a metaverse. One's a guy, one's a girl, and they start having sex and enjoying it. So it's like, okay, now we're softening dudes up to want to be girls in the metaverse.
It's not gay if we fuck in the metaverse, bro. I don't even have to say no homo. You got some sweet titties.
Right. And these dudes, like one guy was married, messed up his marriage, and basically, well, the end of the episode was that he agreed with his wife to be able to go to the metaverse with his friend once a year on their birthday, and she could go do whatever she wanted once a year on their birthday, which is like, oh, that's just so sick. You're softening people up for that eventual metaverse.
Yeah, dude. How much of Black Mirror have you watched?
I watched them all, but that one I watched recently. The one
I haven't watched from like season 3 up or something. I think I watched the first 2 seasons, like the original like 2 seasons, and then I watched a weird fucked up movie that was really like Yankerhorn or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
that one leaves you like feeling like shit after. You're just like, no matter what, you're gonna kill yourself. Okay, got it. Like I did every single fucking scenario. Like it was something shitty. Something fucking shitty happens at the end. You're crazy. You did too much drugs. Now die. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta watch the recent one. So that one specifically, and then the one with
they
Miley
have that
Cyrus.
one asshole. Yeah, Miley Cyrus in it, and I was like, "Fuck you! I don't want to." Like Miley Cyrus is a weird like Illuminati freak. I don't want to see her, but maybe she did a good job in the show. I should probably watch it.
She did, but yeah, you should probably watch it. But that too is a transhumanist type deal because she's like,
that's what they're pushing, man.
Yes, and we all say she's like there are always rumors that she's a clone, right? So in the story, she has like a overbearing manager cousin mom, and the cousin mom does something where like, okay, Miley Cyrus is moody. She doesn't take her pills and she's not working right? So basically she like drugs her, puts her into a coma, and makes a like, have you ever seen the Coachella where there's like a hologram Tupac?
Yeah.
So they make a hologram Miley. And it's like, oh, the hologram Miley can work at any time. She never gets tired. There's no problems with hologram Miley. And,
half of our celebrities and politicians right now.
Right? But in order to save her, her biggest fan has this robot of her. And the robot has her consciousness just transposed into the robot. So the robot is Miley. And the robot's like, okay, you got to go save the real me. And the robot who has Miley's consciousness goes and saves Miley. But what you're left with at the end is that, oh, it's cool that your consciousness is on this robot. It's so fantastic. It's like it's a second version of you. But
and why would that robot, for 1 second, why would that robot give the power back? Now they're the fucking pop star. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but that's not what you're left with. You're left with, oh, the robot's cool. It's like a second you, but
you know that's like, what would happen. That robot ain't giving it back.
and the robot's dancing and it's cute and
that's wild, man. Yeah, I mean, Black Mirror's always fucking pushing it, dude. But yeah, I don't know. It's fucking bizarre. Those episodes really fuck you up. They're great though. I mean, they're fucking smart, but they're also like, the fucked up part is that it's not unbelievable.
Right.
That's why it's fucked up. Because it's like, fuck. Yeah, that's probably happening right now. Like, I actually think that it's not fucking sci-fi. That shit's happening that happened like a decade ago.
So we got like a robot, somebody running around out there. We don't really know that it's a robot, but it has
like celebrities that you've never seen in real life. I think there's so like this one guy was training an AI to like make rap music. I don't know if you saw that. Like he was just like feeding it. Like he goes, I was feeding it Biggie. I was feeding it like Tupac. I was feeding it like some of the greats. And I just kept feeding it like this. And then I was like, okay, now make your own music. And the AI was like made music that was unique, had never been made before, but kind of had a flavor of all these guys and made music that like the lyrics made sense. The fucking music was fantastic. Like this is super. Like I think that why do we need artists anymore? Why do we need anybody? Like I don't think any of this shit exists anymore. I think, and they've known this for a while. I don't think any of these new, like maybe they'll get like some sexy guy, and here's sexy guy, and this is his singing voice, and he like they just have a persona attached that they like make up a backstory, and you dress quirky, right? Don't you, dumbass? And don't you have this weird fucking faggot haircut? And this is your music you make, and they just have AI play it, and like I think that's all pop music.
Is 100% true, and this is just I posted it on my Rockfin. This is yes, I did. They made this metaverse rapper. Right.
I heard about that. That's fascinating as fuck. And then didn't they like crack down because it was a white guy and the metaverse rapper was saying the N-bomb too much, and so they were kind of like canceling him a little bit because it was a white guy programming him to say the N-word.
Yeah. They canceled it, but to me it was like a test. Like, okay, can we get this to work? Okay, yes.
And people liked it. Yeah, people are retarded. They're like, are people faggot retards? Yes, they are. Watch. And they're like, "I like metaverse rap." Like,
but see, that's the scary part because now you have a rapper that's 100% controllable. You can get it to say anything you want.
And then watch me endorse the Democratic Party, metaverse rapper. Yeah, it's gonna be like, yeah, that's what you vote for Joe Biden.
They showed the metaverse rapper getting beat by the police, which is like the most divisive thing you can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
The most divisive thing you can do. Now it's like, okay, Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. Now everybody's fighting again. Great. Mission accomplished.
He wasn't even black though, was he? Like very ethnically ambiguous and
most light-skinned that you could possibly get. Like they
did that shit on purpose. They wanted to be like, is he a little bit Puerto Rican? Is he like, you know what I mean? They want you to be, because that's what they're turning us into. They want to blend us all together, and then they want us to blend our sexes too. So like, I don't know, do we have a penis or a vagina? It doesn't matter. Like, you know, like they want like uniformity in all ways, and they want us to dress the same. They want us to do all kinds of weird shit.
Well, and it's kind of interesting, okay, that they chose to make it that light skin, because it's like, okay, now can people argue about, okay, is that thing, is it black, or is it black enough? Is it not black? Or what are you saying? Okay, now black, now like, okay, it's only good if you're this light skinned. So it's like a whole bunch of questions that come up with it being that light skin, which I think they did on purpose. Of course.
What's black enough to say the N-word anyways? That's a story in itself. It's like, I'm 6% black. Can I say it? Like, probably not.
See, yep. And that was a thing too with the whole what was it? Joe Rogan thing.
Yep.
Did you hear, like, okay, he's talking about the jab. So, okay, let's deflect that and say, okay, Joe Rogan said the N-word. That thing. Oh my God. That made me so upset because people were getting mad about, okay, who can really say the N-word? Like,
well, also, like, you're not going to have any context on that because he wasn't saying like those F and N words, right? Like he was saying it like kind of in an intellectual way. He was like, well, and I see the way he was treating it too. He's like, this is a word, and if we give this word too much power, and if we like turn it into a thing, this is actually makes it like, you know, I don't know, like, and maybe it's still wrong for him to say it, but like he was like, they will give you no nuance. Here's just here's a reel of Joe Rogan saying over and over again.
To me, the whole misdirection of it It's like, okay, don't think about the jab. Think about this. Like
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the part
Yes,
I
you're
hate.
correct. You are fucking correct. Every fucking time they're going to be like, yeah, care about this, retard. Like, look at this. Like, it's a fucking, it's a bull with the fucking red cape. It's the matador, like, waving the red cape.
Yep.
And then he's got a sword in his other hand, you know? And yeah, absolutely. Every fucking time.
Every time. And it's like we're the land of misdirection, and everyone falls for it. So okay, don't talk about the jab. Talk about who can say this or who can say that. Okay, everybody can fight over that, but don't talk about that. That's the part I hated the most about that. It's terrible.
Yeah, man. 100% agree with you. Yeah, it's always misdirection. Whatever's like hot in the news, whatever the fuck's going on. Like, what's hot in the news right now? Like, nothing's landing. Nobody gives a fuck. Like, they tried to make monkeypox a thing, and like everyone's like,
well, that too. That's a whole another misdirection. But the whole Epstein thing, like,
yeah,
we were all misdirected from that to the
look. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. You see that? Because his wife's a bald bitch. What? Oh, we should talk about alopecia. Like,
yes, I forgot about that, man. Exactly. 100%. Like, that was all over Yahoo. And at the same time, what's her name? Maxwell. That trial was going on. Like,
yeah, that trial's going on, and we never get to see a single fucking person on the flight log, the client list, none of it. But we get to see, did Will Smith, was that fake or was that real? Or did, you know, just the whole, like, they talk all about it.
Johnny Depp and what's her face?
Yeah, there were some funny there were some funny little things that happened with Amber Heard. I refused to watch it. I just was like, fuck you. Because I knew exactly what that shit was.
At the same time as the Maxwell thing. It was going on
at the same time. I have to, because like I'm a professional fucking propagandist. Like, I literally I pay my taxes on this. Wink, 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 wink. People pay me to make memes for them and shit like that. And so, like, I have to fucking pay attention to, like, relevant pop culture bullshit that sucks. Like, that's literally my job. Anytime the president has to open his mouth and say some faggy shit, I have to sit there and listen to it. Oh, he said this, and turn it into a meme. So it sucks. I hate my life, that part of it.
No, man, it's all good.
Yeah, but you're right. Distraction. Like what I was trying to say is I try to pretend I'm on a high horse. I'm like, that's just distraction. I don't pay attention to it as I'm sitting there, like, forcing myself to watch it and pay all of the fucking attention to it.
Right. I'm guilty too, dude. I think I made a video about that slap.
I'm sure. Yeah. I made a meme about that slap. I guarantee it.
100%, dude.
Well, man, this was a lot of fun. We're inching past an hour and a half now. Dude, you're welcome back anytime. So if you want to fucking come on, let's do it again. And do you want to give my audience one more time where they can find you?
Sure. You guys can find me at www.darkhorsewatcher.com, and you can also find me on Rockfin at Black Ruell.
Awesome.
Thanks, man. It's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. This was a blast. We can do it again and have some fucking fun. And don't let me talk you out of investing in Black Ruell investing. So if you want to go and fucking buy fake money and weird pictures and stuff, then Ruell is the man to talk to. I hope people go and buy some crypto from you. And
no,
that would be awesome.
Not from me. I am just talking about coins.
Okay.
Not financial advice, but definitely come watch the channel so you can learn a little bit about crypto, NFTs, and join me on Rockfin for more occult hidden stuff.
Hell yeah. Everybody go support Rockfin, go support Ruell. And do you have a podcast, or are you just putting out kind of YouTube channel-y thing? Or?
Yes, YouTube channel-y right now.
Are you using StreamYard? What do you use to do?
OBS Studio, and sometimes I use StreamYard. I just got into StreamYard.
Okay, you could start putting out an audio version.
I need to,
Yeah.
but I need a logo. I need someone. If there's anybody out there that can do a logo, I'll give you credit and I'll mention your name every show, or at least have it in the bulletin or the description every show.
Yeah.
If there's any artists out there, please give me contact, because I'm not okay with the logo I have right now. Just something I made up. I need something real.
Okay. Yeah. So audience, you hear that? We have a talented, really cool pool of people that listen to the show. So Ruell needs a fucking awesome logo. So hell yeah. All right, my friend. This was a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks.
Cheers, man.
Peace.